short month. I read 40 books. Just my quick thoughts on them, and we'll break them down into categories. We'll start with the random fantasy fictional books. Sparking Fire Out of Fate, the third book in the Forging Silver and Star trilogy. I recommend this series, but I do recommend reading the main series, the Cursebreaker series first. Read the first 2 books in the What Blooms from Death series. I do recommend this. This is a romantasy. It's about a necromancer and princess. It sort of has Sleeping Beauty vibes to begin with the roles reversed where the MMC is asleep. I read a novella called Beast Business. This is from the Hidden Legacy world by Lona Andrews. Absolutely love the series. I read the Assassins Anonymous series. As the title suggests, this is all about assassins in reform. I think the series is so fun, but it has so much heart to it. The third book is coming out in June, and I ran to NetGalley to request it. Absolutely loved it. Now for the new fantasy books that had recently come out in February. I really enjoyed A Stage Set for Villains. I think if you are a theater kid, you would really like this, and it sort of gave off like darker, edgier, Caraval vibes. Throne of Nightmares. I think the series is okay. Like, it's fine. I don't know if I'll still be continuing with it. I really enjoyed Half City. This is like, you know, demon hunting vibes. I think the ending like ended so abruptly, like not even on a plot twist. It just like literally just ended. Red Tortured Souls. I found that the 2 FMCs in the other series were like so annoying that I was so happy that like finally we got an FMC that was like slightly less annoying. Then I read Elemental Awakening, which this was like almost an 800-page book, and it was super slow. The author mentions it in her summary that this is a very slow-paced fantasy book. If that's your vibe, then yes, but for me it was just a bunch of like training montages for like the majority of the book. And now for the thrillers that I did read, I read Dear Debbie. All of Freddie McFadden's books to me are just like okay. Because I didn't feel like a thriller. It was just like a suburban mom being crazy. His and Hers was okay. They're very fast-paced, but I think like the plot twist at the end of this author's books just like never makes sense. I read Dissection of a Murder, which I do like. This is like a legal thriller, and this is what season 2 of Presumed Innocent is gonna be based off of. It's Not Her was a new release in February. I absolutely love this. I highly recommend it. It was very twisty. And I've gotten more into Shirley Donnelly's books, so I read Long Time Gone and Those Empty Eyes, which I really enjoyed, and both of those are on graphic audio on Spotify. And listening wise, I have been listening to the Kate Daniels series. Absolutely obsessed with the series. And I started listening to the Mistborn Era 2 Wax and Wayne series. I don't know why I've been putting it off so long, but I'm absolutely obsessed with Wax and Wayne. And again, I think the graphic audios are so good, especially the narrator who does Wayne. He is so funny. Also listen to Scarpetta because of the new Prime TV show that's coming out. I enjoy this crime series. It's just like really outdated. I want to like catch up to like the 2000s. And I am still going through the Slough House series because of the TV show on Apple TV called Slow Horses. And last, these were all the arcs that I read. Love The Wicked and the Damned. I love this series. There's no second book slump. I read Every Last Liar, The Spiral Key, and Most Likely to Murder. And these are YA thrillers, and they were okay. If you like YA thrillers, I recommend them. But for me, as someone who's a little older now, they just don't hit as much. I enjoyed The Girls Before. This is about like searching for a missing girl. I would say it's a little slower paced, but I still recommend it. And last, I listened to The Story Might Save Your Life, and I highly recommend this. I absolutely love the audio. It was so well done, and it has like mystery and suspense and also romance combined. And it covers some like heavier topics too. So I realized as I was editing this video, I completely forgot about 2 books. I read In This Bank is a Thief, which is the 4th book in the Ernest Cunningham series, which I really enjoyed. This was an arc read. And then I also read all 4 books in the Blood of a Fae series, which is the prequel series to the Bloodwing Academy, which I do recommend that you read before Bloodwing, which I have not yet, but will be doing. I didn't realize that this was so like King Arthur inspired. Like the series literally takes place in like Camelot. And if I would have read the actual summary, I would have known that. Oh, hello. But I really enjoyed this. I gave the series 4 stars because it was very addicting. So that was everything I read and listened to, and I think February was a pretty good month.